Hey guys, Orvil Edward Walcott here. I want to shoot this video to address the question which I sometimes get asked, which is how long will it take me before I'm financially free? How quickly can it happen for me in terms of becoming successful in an online business? Now, the answer I'm going to give may not seem quite conventional, but it's the truth. Now, first of all, sometimes when people start in businesses. I was thinking recently when I was asked to speak at an international event, and what happened was that some people, their language seems to be very, very limiting. They talk as though they're saying, well, I've got to make it happen in 3 months. I've got to become financially free in 6 months. And I want to address that honestly and with integrity. Now, yes, it is important to have goals. Of course it is. You'd be foolish not to have goals. But here is the reality. And I think of myself and other leaders who are doing very well in the online business, people who are 6- and 7-figure income earners, people like myself who've built massive businesses, people all over England and America and Malaysia. Invariably, it can take sometimes a bit longer than you expect. Let me give you a few case examples. When I started, of course, I had goals to actually hit certain goals in my first month and second month and third month, and in some cases I hit those financial goals. Invariably though, what you always find is that once you hit a goal, you then want to set a new goal, and the second goals took a bit of time. So for example, I recall wanting to make $500 in a certain amount of time when I made that, and once I hit that consistently, I then said, okay, I now want to make $1,250 consistently, and it took me about 2 to 3 months, a bit longer, and I was working really, really hard and really consistently. But imagine if I'd quit. Imagine if, because I didn't hit it that second or second month, imagine if I'd quit. I would never have had that massive income on the third month. Let me give you another example. And it may not seem to answer the question, but it is. Let me give you another example about goal setting. When it comes to email marketing, there was a situation whereby I was doing some training on what's called the buyer's cycle, and all that means is how quickly, when someone goes to your website and they leave their name and their email address, how quickly are they going to buy? And in reality, for some people that can be straight away, but in most cases it can take a bit longer. Now, I want to give you a rather extreme example, because most people take 7 exposures before they buy from you, but I want to give you this example. There was a guy named Jonathan. He's a chartered accountant in London, and he actually was on the email list and did not respond to any emails, did not even respond to any of my Facebook posts for almost 3 years. Now, this is rather extreme in terms of most people who are going to buy, they respond a lot quicker, but for 3 years, he did not respond. And then suddenly, eventually when he did join, he spent up to $30,000. Now, I said it again, up to $30,000. Now, I want you to imagine if my approach to that was, nothing has happened yet, therefore I'm going to quit. I'll give you another example. A guy named Dirkus. Dirkus, again, has struggled for up to 4 months. Up to 4 months. Some of his friends and family said he should quit because it's not going to happen. Last year alone, he made $100,000. And here's the thing about what's called high-ticket commissions. He sold he got commission at $100,000 last year, yet he only sold about 15 to 16 products, which is not a lot. That's about 1 or 2 per month, just under that. So I could go on and on and on. But what I'm saying to you is that yes, it is important to have goals. Of course it is. And, I teach a lot about goal setting. I've been asked to speak at international training sessions, here in America. And I've had some amazing goals. And yes, I'm not saying to boast, I've had a lot of my goals met and exceeded in terms of money I wanted to make and people that I wanted to help. But the reality is whilst I give examples of people in my team and other people who've made $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 per month, for you, it may happen sooner, it may happen later, but let me be rather blunt, because I want to be honest as always and blunt as well. Sometimes we just need to grow up as people. And I'm sorry, but it needs to be said. I don't sugarcoat things. We need to grow up as people. People who are adults, who aren't 5 years old, they realize that invariably sometimes things just don't work out when you want them. But you've got to ask yourself, what is your contingency? What is your plan B? You see, no company that grows, no company ever has just a 1-year plan. in which case if it doesn't work out within 1 year, they're going to quit. What they'll say is, okay, we've got a 1-year plan, but if we don't meet our goals, what's a 2-year plan? What's a 3-year plan? Now, let me be honest with you. If you're coming into this and looking at this business, and I've told some people this, who either said, Orvil, unless I'm making, $10,000 within my first month or 2, I'm going to quit. Well, I need to ask them this. I said, do you have money to invest in paid advertising? Because paid advertising is the fastest way to get results. If you don't have that, and if you have no marketing experience, you are not going to make $10,000 within your first 2 months. And that is the absolute honest truth. I've even turned some people away from my business. Now, a lot of marketers wouldn't do that. They just see the money and just see, oh my God, this person's got their credit card in hand, let's go get them. But it's about building your business with integrity. So what I'd say to you is this, and this is coming from someone who is a leader. Yes, you need to have goals. Of course you do. You need to have them written down. You need to follow a coach like myself with a proven system. But also you need to be mature about it. You see, results never ever lie. Your results where you are or where you are not. It's just an accurate reflection of where you are. For example, there's lots of elements to making an internet marketing business work successfully. I always say that essentially it is simple, but it's not easy. It is simple, but it's not easy, and those two things are not the same. So the mindset that I had when I first joined is, I'm in this for life, however long it takes. I want it to happen, of course you do, overnight, but I'm in this for life. And if you've got that mindset, that approach, it's going to happen really, really quickly for you. But you've got to be prepared to hang in there and just, let me give you another example. I think of Chris and Susan. Now, they had struggled for a while. I think another guy named Chris Cobb as well, and it taken him a while to actually get his sales coming through. Both of those people are now 6-figure income earners. Here is the worrying thing. I think of them, I think of myself. People who joined with them, 1 or 2 of them quit about 2 months from that. I've been in the business of some people have quit, and this is the horrible thing. Some people have quit. 3 people who then would have joined underneath them, those sales got passed up to myself and other people, making in excess between $10,000 and $17,000. Now, could you imagine that? All because you quit. So the key thing is, yes, you need to set goals, of course you do, but also as well, you need to be absolutely sold out to your own success, that no matter what, it's going to happen. Guys, this business, this system which I'm part of, it isn't on trial. It's not on trial. If you're not getting the result, it simply means you're either not applying what I tell you to do, what myself, my team of coaches tell you to do. If you do what we say, you will eventually get the results. Like I said, the traffic, not on trial. We get that for you. The websites, we get that for you. We have quality sales coaches who get that for you. Quality email copy, we do all of that for you. But what you will have to do, though, in terms of positioning yourself, there is a bit of work you have to do. I've never ever met someone who was successful who didn't have a little roadblock along the way, but invariably, the results of that make you stronger. Let me give you an example from my life. And I don't hold back from talking about the times I used to struggle. It wasn't always as easy as it is for me now. I mean, I'm here in beautiful Prague. My business is still growing. I've just bought these lovely new Ray-Ban glasses, and I can spend money and time as I want. But I recall once when, with my email conversions on Facebook, there was just little interaction, and I got frustrated. I then got the right training. I invested in myself, and I built up my skill set, and that's why I get the results I do, and that's why I help other people get the same results as well. So I hope this video has been really, really valuable to you. If it has, then please do share with other people. There's a link below. Reach out to me on Facebook. Maybe you're someone who's struggling. Maybe you're someone who's given up. Maybe you're someone who's at the point of giving up. Please believe in yourself, because I really do believe in you. But also, I say it in love, but also toughness. You might need to just grow up a bit and stop being so soft in terms of your drive. Success is simple, but it takes people with a certain grit and toughness to actually succeed. I've never met anyone who succeeds who's weak and shoddy in their beliefs. So that's a bit of tough love, and I say it because I care and want to see you do well. So you've got the link below. Reach out to me on Facebook, and again, all the people I've mentioned, people in my business who I know and love, when I speak to you, none of it is opinion, it's all from reality, it's all from fact. Don't quit. Don't quit. The alternative is not to work for 50 years for somebody else to get a pension, which means you're going to have to massively reduce your quality of life. That isn't life at all. So it's your success, and I'll see you in the next episode of Orvil Walcott TV. Bye-bye.